feed the earth, and Sundays are meant for time reconnecting with our family. And sometimes we can just rearrange our perspective in that way when we have those negative thoughts. So I thought you started off the speech really great. Good job. And then you got into it, and I think we had two examples of what you went through tracking your negative thoughts. And the first was that during this time of COVID, you became disconnected from your friends and family, and you have a tendency to be a homebody, and you could come up with a lot of excuses of why you became disconnected from them. And as you said, you always do in these situations, you look to your dad. By the way, that last speech about your dad, that was an amazing speech. One of the best speeches I've ever heard in Toastmasters. It was awesome. Anyway, and he had some great sort of advice. He said he likes to recite all the names of the people that he's grateful to have in his life. And I thought that was amazing, because the older I get, I realize that being grateful is really the key to happiness. And it's hard to do a lot of the times, but it's great advice, and it's a great way to live your life. And so you start incorporating this into your life and telling people things that you're grateful for that they did for you, which brought you a lot of gratification. So that was great advice, a great way to handle that negative emotion. The only thing I thought there is that maybe if they weren't too personal, you could have given us some specific examples, you know, of what you had told people. I thought that can make it more personal, maybe make the story a little bit more interesting there, you know. I don't know, it's just, I always feel it's good to put in some personal stories there, if you can, if it's not too personal. And then the second example, you went on to talk about the war that you were waging between confidence and doubt. And I was not surprised to hear you say this, even though it is surprising, because I think if anybody should have more confidence than doubt, it is you, because you're somebody I really look up to in this club, and I think you're just absolutely amazing. But you had some good ways of dealing with it. You let the duality play out and see if there's any validity to your doubts. You're humble, you become an active listener, and you get yourself prepared, such as things like Toastmasters. So 4 good things to deal with that. Again, I thought if we had like an example that you brought us through and how each of those applied to it, I thought it maybe would have made it just a little bit better, but you know, I thought it was still good. And then you tied it together in the end with, you know, kind of call to action that you thought this was a positive experience, and you like everybody to try it. You think it would be good for everybody. And my only thought on the conclusion is because you had such a strong introduction, maybe you could have just tied that back in, you know, the rainy days and Sundays, and how changing your perspective can, you know, change everything, and, you know, keeping that gratitude in there. So yeah, overall, that was a great speech. I always love it. You always have great information, well-spoken, well-prepared. Love to hear your speeches, and we'll hear you next time. Great job, Judy. Thank you.
Thank you so much.